A friendly virtual realm where the world is square, the hub is beautiful, and people disappear for hours at a time only to come back later claiming to have spent their time in an alternate reality. Welcome to the JSano Fan Server. Today, listeners, is the 1-year anniversary of the famous JSano Fan Server contest, where 10 new strangers were invited to join our fair community. To celebrate, we at the station have decided to reach out to some of these members to see how joining the server has affected their lives. Dennis Flux, the contest winner with the most hours, said in an interview on his $42 million yacht outside his luxurious modern home that he feels joining the server has helped to make him more humble and live a simple life. "It's nice to get back to the way things used to be," he said to me as his butler arrived to remind him that the JFS UHC 14 monument construction meeting was starting soon. Speaking to me through hidden channels that I could never know about, Joda told us that he was glad to have made new friends to help him get from session to session of hardcore drug use. We attempted to contact Brute Force, but he has not been seen since the Spawn Town Secret Police saw him chop down that tree in the no block breaking zone that changes on an hourly basis. We approached the Secret Police to see if they knew of his whereabouts. They simply responded, "There is no Brute Force. Don't tell such lies." Lastly, we at the station reached out to Weathermaster, who sent us this statement regarding his time here. "I'm trapped. I cannot get out of this server. I've uninstalled this game 3 times now, and somehow I keep ending up here. Help me. Fricking help me." Personally, I can't see why anyone would want to leave our fair community, but if that's the way you want to go, Weather, then this announcer wishes you the best of luck. As some of you may be aware, the server has been experiencing a significant increase in rainfall over the past several days. We at the JFS are no stranger to rainstorms. Remember the skeleton trap epidemic of 1.11? But this storm is different, in that the storm has been raging non-stop since it first began. Several islands and waterfront bases have been experiencing massive flooding as water levels rise. The biggest killer reported that his ocean base began refilling itself. "If this keeps up, I'll have to rebuild my redstone contraptions just to get my place back," said Killer in an interview held under the only tree at spawn not yet struck by lightning. It's not as inconvenient as it sounds, but it's still... The interview was then cut short after a creeper removed me from the premises. Server members are advised to remain in savanna and desert biomes for the time being. The Shoptown Committee for Economic Development held a press conference today to reveal plans for a new Shoptown expansion project to satisfy the needs of the ever-growing business district. The new expansion will be comprised of all land in Shoptown between Y60 and Y256. All businesses built there will be taxed at a rate of 50% to compensate for the price of infrastructure in the new area. When reporters asked if any businesses had already signed on to this agreement, or if this was just some thinly veiled attempt at getting as much money out of the town as they possibly could, the committee simply responded by saying, "Here comes the money. Here comes the money. Money, money, money. Money, money. Money, money, money. Money." Rumor has it that the new development has already encouraged Five Guys Burgers and Fries to open up a new location in town. Hip hip, hooray. The local highway department will be reworking the roads around Spawn Town this week. The standard gravel and stone approach will be scrapped in favor of new, colorful ceramic mosaics depicting disgruntled workers rising en masse against an abusive capitalist hegemony. This move has drawn attention from many citizens of the server. Opponents of the measure have cited that the new design will make it even harder than before for our multinational server to understand which rules of the road we're supposed to be following. Meanwhile, Belgian tower builder Aces380 has shown support for the change, stating, "The Red Scare shall overcome. Communism forever." 2 accidents have already been attributed to the change in places where construction has already begun. There is news from Error Code out in the clouds by Shoptown. It seems construction on the new Shoptown expansion project has disturbed the vortex at the bottom of what was once the giant gaping hole under his base. He said loud shrieks can now be heard coming from it at night. When the sun rises, the banshee-like sounds suddenly cut out, as if their sounds were prevented from coming into this dimension. How will this affect your weekend shopping routine? More on this later tonight. And now, the weather.
Frick. Frick, 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 and also frick. Spitting lyrics so sick and need a doctor quick. Frick, frick, frick. That was...
New billboards have appeared all over the server, bearing the image of a browning banana and the phrase, "I pucked the muck," in large block letters. These billboards have caused some confusion, both due to their out-of-date JFS memes and the fact that the structure of the billboards came into existence entirely overnight, in places billboards are not usually found, such as the middle of well-traveled roads, the living rooms of local homes, and in one case, directly through a living parrot, who does not appear harmed by the addition to its body, and has flown the entire billboard around the server while going about its normal avian business. The owner of said parrot is unknown and has yet to come forward to issue a statement regarding the parrot's health. Good news, my fellow server mates. The unending rain plaguing the server has finally come to an end. This torrential downfall that has flooded valleys, filled craters, and washed away homes has ceased, and we can now return to our houses and replace miles of redstone wiring for our complicated machinery. The Farmtown City Council has issued a press release requesting help replanting the wheat fields, draining the flower beds, and fishing cows out of trees. All volunteers will be provided with free fishing rods and will be paid for their time in potatoes and rabbit's feet. The end of the rainstorm has also seemed to put an end to the howling that was reported to have been coming from the vortex at the bottom of the Shoptown crater. We assumed this would be thrilling news to Error Code, who could finally get some sleep at night again, but when we approached him for a comment, he said that the shrieks were not a new occurrence and had been occurring nightly for almost 3 months now. We asked him why he thought the new construction project was responsible for something that had started 3 months ago, and he simply responded, "The expansion has been here since the howling began. Nothing's actually changed in Shoptown." Well, when you say it like that, it kind of sounds like the new expansion is just a cheap way to get money from consumers for something that has already been done. But hey, what do I know about economic development? That's all for now. Thank you for listening, listeners. Stay tuned next for a live broadcast of a villager locked in a recording room, staring at the microphone with intense suspicion. Happy anniversary, JFS. Good night. Good night. Welcome to JFS is a production of Shastrian Minden Books. It is written by JSano and produced by JSano. The voice of JFS is JSano. Original music by Disparition. All of it can be downloaded for free at disparition.info. This episode's weather was Frick 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 by Jax Films. Find out more at youtube.com/jaxfilms. Today's proverb: men are from Mars, women are from Venus, Earth is a hallucination, Minecraft videos are dreams.